Okay, so one of the birds is this way.
Tweet, tweet!
We saw it earlier. There's the goldfinch. This is our camera. So you just click on the bird and Nancy takes a picture of it.
Tweet, tweet!
Okay. I think there's one other that we can take a picture of now, but there's one or two. I think I just made it wrong. There's one or two that we keep going the wrong way. This way. There's one or two that we need some camouflage to take a picture of because Nancy scares them away. So we won't be able to do that yet.
I must have scared it.
Okay, so yeah, the cardinal we won't be able to take a picture of until we get some camouflage. Is Blue Jay one of them? It's weird because I don't think he says Blue Jay on this.
American goldfinch.
But we take a picture of it
American
anyway.
robin.
Oh, robin.
Blue jay.
Okay, we do need Blue Jay.
Northern cardinal. Red-tailed hawk.
I swear the first time we listened to this, he didn't have this many on here, but...
Western tanager.
Okay, so... The robin is on the ground... over here. Right here. Okay, so we have 3 down. We just need the tanager, red-tailed hawk, and one more. Which I'm forgetting. Tanager? Yeah.
I must have scared it.
Okay, so that one we also can't take a picture of yet. That's it for now. Wait, did I go this way? Yeah. So we can go back and sure enough we need to talk to Red Knot again for the sandpaper and for the pictures because he needs to give us camouflage. But first I'm going to go back to the ranger station and give him our well water while it's still day.
You're back.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, now we'll go back and make it a good time. Talk to Red. Well, might as well call Bess and Sally. Since we've met all the characters now, I'm sure Nancy has more to say to them.
Nancy, how's it going?
This caller ID stuff is going to take some getting used to.
I'm here too, Nan. What's going on?
Moon Lake is gorgeous, but it's so remote. The park ranger is the closest thing they have to a sheriff around here.
Park ranger? What's he like? Which, as we all know, is Bess's way of saying park ranger. Is he cute? Not true, George. Nancy thinks everybody's cute, so what would be the point? Anyway, Nancy, you were saying?
His name's Jeff Akers. He's very helpful, polite, efficient, knowledgeable.
Sounds boring.
In fact, he probably knows more about the area than all the other residents of Moon Lake combined.
Sounds very boring. What's he know about these alleged ghost dogs?
He thinks they're just plain old dogs that for some reason like to run around at night scaring people.
And what does Detective Drew think about the dogs?
I think Sally had good reason to be scared of them. I don't blame her for leaving, which leads me to think that maybe that was the whole idea.
Somebody had those dogs attack Sally in order to scare her away? Why would anybody do that? She was there for less than a month. You'd have to be a total creep to make enemies that fast. And Sally's one of the nicest people I know. Ooh, Nancy! Speaking of cute guys, Frank and Joe Hardy called. I filled them in on where you are and what you're doing, and they're dying to hear from you.
Great. Did they leave a number?
Their number is 280-555-4865. Bess didn't recognize it when they called and almost didn't answer the phone. Good thing my cousin here has a memory like an elephant, huh? What's that supposed to mean? Call them, Nancy. They're dying to hear from you. But remember, Frank's cute and all that, but George and I want to hear from you, too. Yeah, no fair discussing the case with them from now on and not with us. Promise you'll keep us up to speed?
I promise. This birdwatcher I met has got me taking pictures of birds for some survey he's doing. He's a bit of a grump.
Does he live nearby?
No, he just kind of hangs out in the woods. In fact, I only see him at night.
Interesting. He's in the woods at night. The dogs are in the woods at night. Could he have had a reason for wanting Sally out of the Malone house?
As far as I know, he and Sally were on good terms. But I also know that Red doesn't seem to have much use for any life form that doesn't molt.
He sounds like my Uncle Zach. He's into birds. Only he doesn't watch them. He hunts them, then shoots them. I never really liked my Uncle Zach.
Did I mention that all the water in Sally's house comes from a well?
Ew, really? Does it taste like rotten eggs? Not all well water tastes like rotten eggs, Bess.
I don't know if it does or not. Because the well is so old, I need to get the water tested before I drink it.
Good plan. Nothing will wreck your day faster than a nice tall glass of contaminated water.
Bye, you guys.
Don't be a stranger. Take care.
So we can call the Hardy Boys in this game, which is always fun.
Hello?
Hey, Joe. It's Nancy.
Nancy, how's it going? No, wait, don't answer that. Talk about the weather or something.
The weather?
Yeah, that'll give me time to grab the other phone and take it outside. Frank's washing the car. He'll kill me if he misses anything. Here, wait a sec. Take a break, it's Nancy. Hang on, he's putting the hose down. He's drying his hands. He's walking over.
Nancy, hi. What's up? Bess and George say you've got another mystery on your hands.
Or should we say, on your paws.
They told you about the dogs?
We made them tell us everything. Pumped them dry.
As you may have guessed, we're not exactly rolling in detective work here.
So you're living vicariously through me.
It's not the first time, sad to say.
What conclusions have you reached so far, Detective?
If nothing else, those ghost dogs are very well trained. I'm watching to see who owns and/or trains dogs around here.
Good plan. But don't forget, a really smart perpetrator is going to make it look like he or she has no connection to dogs whatsoever.
But then a really, really smart perp might have dogs all over the place and not bother to hide it, because he or she would figure you'd never suspect anyone so obvious.
Emily Griffin doesn't seem to have any dogs.
Uh-oh. Move her up on your suspect list.
I'd move her down.
You know, Joe, something tells me we're not helping.
I'm convinced that someone is using those ghost dogs to scare Sally into abandoning Malone's house. If I can just figure out why, I might be able to figure out who.
Never hurts to look for motive.
Malone and his 4 dogs are supposedly buried in a little cemetery near the house. They've all got headstones inscribed with when they were born and when they died.
That's interesting. Did Malone have family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then who had the tombstones inscribed?
I don't know, but it had to be someone who had access to Malone's house and property after he died.
Sounds like this latest puzzle of yours is still missing a few pieces.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Okay, we'll talk to Sally later. We need to get sandpaper from... Right? Yeah, we haven't gotten that yet. From Red Knot. Red Knot. So, let's go talk to him again.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some?
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your
Good
wife?
heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Do many people around here own dogs?
Not really. Most people don't bother. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Okay, so we got sandpaper, but we have to talk to Emily to get the camouflage gear. This first part of the game is a lot of talking to people and doing things for them so we can get other things, so we can do more things for other people. Which is kind
It's
of
stuck.
annoying, but we can fix this, which means we can solve this puzzle. So now we can move all of these. As you can see, they're named Vitus, Iggy, Lucy, Xander, which are the names of Malone's dogs. And part of this puzzle, it can be solved with this poem. So, leaves that appear on a fresh spring tree make my birth different from the other three. So basically this is saying like the dog who was born in spring and leaves. It's connecting leaves with the dog born in spring. So we know that, I think it was Lucy, was born in April. Yeah. Lucy was born in April. Or I'm sorry, this is connecting Lucy to a tree. Fresh spring tree. And the other part of the puzzle is these things on the wall. So you can see like this wall has birds on it. This wall I think is deer. Actually, that wall seems to have everything on it. This is the tree, so Lucy should be facing this way, basically, is what it's saying. So Lucy should be facing that way. This wall has... Oh, this wall is the deer. And then I can't remember what this wall is supposed to be, so we'll just do whichever one is last. When swans drift by in a shimmering blue, I'm the one who plays in the summer dew. So the dog born in the summer is Xander, and he should be facing the swans, I think. Or maybe he should be facing... Oh wait, this is the swan. Sorry, okay. These are birds, and then this is the swan. So he should be facing this way. And when autumn's call brings out the deer, it is I who howls on mornings clear. So the dog born in the fall should be the deer, which is Iggy. So Iggy should be facing this way. And when winter comes and birds take flight, look to me to sleep through the long gray night. Okay, so winter and birds. So the dog born in winter is Vitus, and he should be facing this way. So, Vitus should be facing this way, Iggy should be facing this way, because that's where the deer is, and Xander should be facing the swan. So now we can across and open this. Using our flashlight, we can go down here and see an old picture, which we take. And now we're in the cellar. So there are doors here we can't open. This is going outside, so that's the way we'll go out, but we're not going to go that way yet. And then through here is a safe.
It could be mice making that sound.
And we definitely want to get into
It's
that
blocked.
safe. This is where we use the pin
It looks like a tiny hole.
to unblock it.
What's
and
the
then
combination?
we can move the numbers. The combination is going to be MM pinched. So as you can see, all these scratched out combinations of different dates. So we want the date that Mickey Malone was pinched, meaning the date he was caught by the police. But we don't know that yet. So go out, but first,
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
so this is an old newspaper page. William Akers seems like one of, if you read this, it makes it sound like William Akers is one of Mickey Malone's men, or like one of his friends. Oh, sorry. As told by his most trusted employee, William Akers. So yeah, William Akers worked for Mickey Malone. Okay, so now we have quite a few things we can do. First thing, well, one thing is we need to investigate this picture. Jeff Akers can help us do that. We still need to get camouflage from Emily Griffin. And we need to find the date that MM was pinched to open that safe. So all those things, we need it to be day. So let's go talk to Emily and Jeff Akers. Let's talk to Jeff Akers first.
You're back.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
Do you have any other dogs?
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic. He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best birdwatching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Seems like Jeff Akers does not get along with anyone.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
Sounds like Moon Lake could use 2 rangers.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them. The cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
He seems pretty adamant about not being related in any way to Mickey Malone. So now we can look here and do this puzzle.
Let's see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.